How to create infinite wealth? The answer to that question is hidden in the definition of wealth itself. I have asked so many people what is the meaning of wealth. I have never received a clear and a specific answer to that question. Want to know the answer and learn how it can benefit you? Well, then hang on till the end of this episode because that's exactly what I'm going to talk about today. So let's get into it. Welcome to episode 59 of the Rohit Radio Show. This is your host Rohit, and I help people achieve the freedom of time, the freedom of money, and the freedom of location so that they can spend more time with their family, travel more, and live a more real and a fulfilling life. In this episode, my goal is to help you understand how you can become a wealthy person irrespective of whether you have or don't have any money. But before we get into that, I want to invite you to come and attend my free Financial Freedom Masterclass, in which I teach people how to escape the 9 to 5 rat race in less than 5 years. The masterclass is 100% online, it is free. When you sign up, you get all your login details and you have lifetime access to it. So go ahead and claim your lifetime access to this masterclass. I will put the link in the description box below. This masterclass will get you started on your journey towards your financial independence. Now, just to give you some context here, every person has their own definition of wealth. Today, I am going to give you a concrete and a very objective definition which you can start aiming towards. Alright, coming back to our topic, people simply don't know the definition of wealth. Here I want to mention that there is a big difference between being rich and being wealthy. Being rich does not have a specific definition, but being wealthy has got a very specific definition. For example, a guy has got $10 million in his bank account. He is considered to be rich. Another guy has $100 million in his bank account. He is also considered to be rich. So being rich does not have a very specific definition. However, being wealthy has got a very specific definition. So what is wealth? In my view, wealth must be measured in time. Wealth must not be measured in terms of money. My definition of wealth is as follows. Wealth is the number of months that you can survive without having any income at all. Wealth is the number of months that you can live off your liquid assets without working or having no income at all. Liquid assets means all of the assets that you have which can be easily converted into cash. For example, the cash that you have in your wallet, the cash that you have in your bank account, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, etc. If you decide to live off your existing savings, for how many months can you survive without having any income? That many number of months is your wealth. So wealth has got a very specific definition. It is measured in terms of time. It is not measured in terms of money. So let's try to understand this with an example. John has a monthly living expense of $3,000. He doesn't have any passive income coming in. He is working at a 9 to 5 job and the approximate value of all of his liquid assets is around $96,000. So if he decides to liquidate all of his assets and convert them into cash, the total value would come to $96,000 based on the current market price. Now, if John decides to quit his job and live off that $96,000 worth of savings, then how many months is he likely to survive, assuming he maintains his current standard of living? Now, his current standard of living means that his expenses are $3,000 a month. So $96,000 divided by 3,000 is equal to 32 months. So we can say that John's wealth is equal to 32 months. John has the capability of surviving for 32 months without working at a 9 to 5 job. This is assuming he does not have any passive income. It is very important that you learn how to calculate your wealth. The reason is this. A lot of people think that they cannot quit their job and start a business. They have this mental block that if they quit their job, then all hell will break loose. But in reality, that is generally not the case. If you look at John's example, John has the capability of surviving for 32 months if he decides to live off his current savings. So basically, he has 32 months for himself to start something of his own and get it to a successful level. So if he decides to start his business full time, he has more than enough time to make it successful, because 32 months means we are talking about more than 2 years worth of time. So calculating your wealth in terms of number of months that you can survive gives you a very good perspective of your current financial situation. Calculating your wealth in terms of number of months brings objectivity about your current financial life. Calculating your wealth tells you exactly how many months you can survive without having a 9 to 5 job. While calculating this wealth number, please understand we have made an assumption that during those 32 months, John does not incur any big emergency expense. So, for example, if someone in his family has a medical emergency and gets admitted to the hospital, and the hospital bill is very large, which wipes out nearly 30% of his savings, then that is an event which we have not factored into the wealth number. Because if that event were to happen, then John's wealth number drops down significantly. In other words, the number of months John can survive based on his existing savings comes down drastically. So John's wealth is 32 months right now. However, if 30% of his savings get wiped out due to some medical emergency cost, then his wealth also gets wiped out by 30%, right? So instead of his wealth being 32 months in this new situation, his wealth reduces to around 20 months approximately. That is how we must look at wealth. It has got a very specific definition. Now things start to become very interesting when you add passive income to the equation. Now take my own example. I have a business and that business gives me enough passive income to take care of all my expenses every single month. So when I say all my expenses, I am talking about all my business expenses and personal expenses, including my family related expenses. It means that I am financially free. It also means that I don't need my savings to take care of my expenses, because my passive income is taking care of all of my expenses. One way to look at this is that since my passive income is taking care of all my monthly expenses, my real expense is zero. So if we take the formula to calculate wealth, then the numerator, which are my existing savings, divided by my real expense, which is zero, gives me a wealth number of infinity. The reason why my wealth is infinite is because I can survive for an infinite period of time, provided my passive income does not stop or my passive income doesn't go below my monthly expense. This is the reason why I keep telling you to focus on passive income, not active income. Because the moment you are financially free, you are independently wealthy. You are infinitely wealthy. Today, thanks to my business, I can say that I have got infinite wealth. Because I am not measuring wealth in terms of money. I am measuring wealth in terms of the number of months that I can survive without working. I just have to ensure that my passive income does not stop or my passive income doesn't drop below my monthly expense. Because if my passive income drops below my monthly expense, then I will have to dip into my savings to account for that extra monthly expense. And eventually, there might come a time when my savings will get wiped out due to these extra expenses. And at that time, my passive income won't be enough to take care of my monthly expense. At that time, I will have to incur liabilities to take care of my monthly expenses. I don't want to be in that kind of a situation. So you can see how the equation becomes interesting when you add passive income to the whole story. Passive income has the tendency to exponentially expand our wealth. Even if your passive income is not covering all of your monthly expense, it can significantly bring down your real expense. Your real expense is the expense that is not covered by your passive income. So, for example, if in John's case, let us say his total monthly expense is $3,000 and his total passive income is $2,000 a month, then we would say that his real expense is only $1,000 a month. Now, if we calculate his wealth based on his savings of $96,000, his wealth jumps to 96 months because 96,000 divided by 1,000 equals 96 months. So his wealth has suddenly gone from 32 months to 96 months just because he has a monthly passive income of $2,000 coming in. So you can see how this passive income of $2,000 has tripled John's wealth. I hope you are understanding these calculations. You must pay very close attention to your wealth. You must also pay very close attention to the amount of passive income that you are earning at a minimum every single month. The more the passive income, the more exponentially your wealth is going to expand. You also have to ensure that the risk of your passive income is low. In any given month, your passive income should not drop below the minimum level of passive income that you have taken while calculating your wealth. So I encourage you to make a list of all your regular monthly expenses. Once you have done that, then I want you to make a list of all your assets which are easily convertible to cash. Calculate the approximate market value of all of these assets. Divide this amount by your monthly expense. The answer is your wealth measured in months. This will give you some perspective on your existing financial situation. So if you have been thinking of starting your own business, but you have this mental block that if you quit your job, the future will be bleak, then I encourage you to have a look at your wealth number. If your wealth number gives you comfort, then you can as well think of quitting your job right away and start something of your own. Understand that 90% of the people don't even know the definition of wealth. So when you calculate your wealth number, you are putting yourself in the top 10% of the people in the world. So make sure you do this. This will give you clarity about your existing financial situation. And remember, to create infinite wealth, you have to ensure that your total monthly passive income either equals or exceeds your total monthly expense. That, by the way, is nothing but the definition of financial freedom. So to achieve infinite wealth, focus more and more on passive income and less on active income. Bring your passive income to a level where you are actually infinitely wealthy. So that's what I wanted to cover in this video. So my question to you is this: do you now understand the true definition of wealth, and do you now think that it is possible for you to become wealthy? Let me know in the comments section. I am all ears to your story. If you are truly serious about achieving financial freedom in your life, you will find out the answer to that question and do the right thing for yourself. I have 100% confidence in you. Talking about financial freedom, again, I want to invite you to come and attend my free Financial Freedom Masterclass, in which I teach people how to escape the 9 to 5 rat race in less than 5 years. The masterclass is 100% online. It is free. When you sign up, you get all your login details and you have lifetime access to it. So go ahead and claim your lifetime access to this masterclass. I will put the link in the description box below. This masterclass will get you started on your journey towards your financial independence. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. I have given you enough food for thought. I hope you got value out of this episode. This is your host Rohit signing off for now. I will see you same time, same place next week. Bye for now. Take care. Thank you so much.